With Vantage Point, you don't have to. Text MONEY to 411-411 to find out how our technology can forecast market trends up to 3 days in advance with incredible accuracy. Text MONEY to 411-411 to get what you need to stay ahead of market trends and find explosive moves before they happen. Vantage Point's patented technology analyzes huge quantities of global data in seconds. Stop guessing. Start predicting trends 72 hours in advance. Text MONEY to 411-411 and experience Vantage Point for free. Text MONEY to 411-411 so you can protect and grow your capital now. Don't wait. Text MONEY to 411-411.
Go to VantagePointSoftware.com for terms, conditions, and privacy policy.
Oh, hey, Grandpa.
Oh, hey, Grandpa.
Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
0 Hour Life Center, Marion County's recovery community organization. The time for change is now. Call 352-765-4943.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA, 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth, the only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person, it's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz on a Wednesday. You know, you see on Facebook all the time people saying, do you know anybody firsthand that has COVID or had COVID, and do you know anybody firsthand that died from COVID? And I've always been able to say, I know a few people who have had COVID, friends of mine that have tested positive for COVID, but they all survived. Some of them had mild flu-like symptoms. Some of them were sick as a dog for up to 2 to 3 weeks. Well, that all changed when I saw somebody sent me a message last night. One of the most vibrant, fun-loving human beings I'd ever met. He was suffering from dementia. He was an All-American defensive back at the University of Florida in the 60s, played with Coach Spurrier. He was a member of a local golf course community here in town. Would come to my trivia at this community every week, could dance the jitterbug like nobody's business. And he always had a smile on his face and said, "How's it going, Chief?" Couldn't remember my name, the dementia, so he said, always called me Chief. I'm sorry to hear the passing of my buddy Bruce Bennett. Prayers go out to his family, to his lovely wife, Starling, to everybody on the 76ers trivia team that had the joy of being around Bruce Bennett for a while. He was an All-American at the University of Florida. He loved the University of Florida. Big football guy. He passed away from complications of COVID. Now, mind you, he was up there in age, and he was suffering from dementia, maybe from the football, because, you know, they didn't have the best helmets back then. I didn't have the best helmet. My helmet was held a lot better than the ones they had. So, but just, so yes, I can now honestly say I do know someone firsthand that was affected by COVID-19. Some good news on the COVID front. As the deaths and cases continue to rise here in Marion County, so do the number of people getting their vaccines. 3% of Marion County's population has received the first dose of either Pfizer or Moderna. There's 348,000 plus people that live in Marion County. 10,259 have gotten their first dose of the COVID vaccine, and 225 people have gotten their second dose. Yesterday, though, the county did record 284 new cases and 8 more deaths on Tuesday. That's a total of 18 deaths in 3 days. Since the pandemic began in March, Marion County has registered 20,978 cases and 516 deaths. Now, that's people who have been tested and confirmed. I don't know how many people might have had it that just thought they had a bad flu epidemic, something like that, and didn't go get tested. They did receive, however, 1,333 negative tests on Monday. Of the 516 deaths since March in Marion County, 186, a little over 1/3 of all the deaths, involved patients in long-term care facilities. So they had underlying issues besides COVID, and COVID hastened their death alone. Marion County has had 1,553 long-term patients diagnosed with COVID. So far in January, Marion County has recorded 3,170 COVID cases. That's an average of 244 per day. The previous high for cases in a given month were 147 cases per day in December. So, it looks like the experts have been right sometimes and wrong sometimes. But it looked like the experts got it right this time, that with the increased holiday travel around Christmas time, here we are 2.5, 3 weeks removed from that, and cases are spiking. Looks like the experts got it right this time. Maybe more people should have stayed home. It's a serious thing, folks. COVID-19 is a serious thing. It gets people very sick. Some people it gets mildly sick. Some people are asymptomatic and aren't sick at all. It's killing people, especially people that have underlying issues, the elderly, And that's why the governor stepped in and said, unlike what the CDC guidelines say, we're going to vaccinate our 65 and older population right after we do the frontline hospital workers. I think that was the right call. But I'm very encouraged by the fact that 10,259 people have gotten the vaccine. 225 people have gotten the second phase. I'm still on the fence. I'm still not on the fence. I'm still saying that I will not get the vaccine. But as more information comes in about the vaccines and I see more results or more people that aren't having nasty side effects or growing a third arm out of their head or something, my opinion may change. That's the beauty of being an American, is you have the right to change your opinion whenever you need to. But as of right now, I don't foresee me taking the vaccine. That could all change. That could definitely all change. I mean, you know, you would not be doing yourself a service. You'd be doing yourself a disservice, I mean, if you didn't at least understand that you could change your mind and might need to change your mind depending on the effectiveness of the vaccine, depending on the side effects of the vaccine. There's a lot of factors that go into it. So just know, though, that the positive numbers looks, you know, even though deaths and positivity continue to rise in Marion County, so do the people getting their vaccinations. So maybe there'll be some light at the tunnel soon. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Joining us this morning, got a young man coming in. He's en route to the station now. He's a newbie to radio. He's highly educated, though, although at Florida State, so I don't know how high the education can be. Henry Mailer will be joining the show here soon. He, I believe his degree's in political science, but we'll get him to tell us all what his degrees are and everything. And he's, you know, a rather intelligent young man. And it gives us a perspective that maybe you and I don't have with the listeners. It gives you a perspective of the world. We're going to get a perspective of the world from someone in their early 20s. I have a sneaky suspicion he views the world a whole lot different than I do in my mid-50s, although I believe our politics are close. He probably sees the world a whole lot different because in my 20s, I saw the world a whole lot different than I see it now. So he'll be in here momentarily to get baptized by fire, right in front of the microphone. Here you go. Let's have it. What do you think? So that's coming up. We're going to talk about some murder charges later in the show that some Marion County residents are facing. Plus, Howard Academy needs some repairs. And, you know, I'll give you my opinion on Howard Academy and the repairs that are needed. And then we'll also talk about I Hate Hamlet. It's coming to the Ocala Civic Theater. That might be something. I don't know what the premise of it is, but I hate Hamlet too. So I may watch this just because I like the name of the show. Yeah, I'm not a big Shakespeare fan. Can you figure that out? I'm just not. It's hard to read. Just, there's a lot going on with Shakespeare that I don't get. But that's just me. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It is Ocala Talks on a Wednesday, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, the best deals of this new year are waiting for you right now at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Do you need proof? Well, how about this? It's camellia time, and Bob Wine's has them by the hundreds, no, by the thousands. Starting with his famous budded and blooming heirloom camellias. They start at just $9.99. And yes, those shade-loving Super Japonica camellias, they're beginning to bloom right now, and they're just $19.99. And yes, it's time to plant trees, and Bob Wines has a super selection They're all low-priced shade trees. You buy one, you get one at half price. The same is true for citrus trees. Buy one, get one at half price. So start your year right with a wonderful visit to this 5-acre garden. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. They're on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, away from all the traffic, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives.
AccuSleep offers a safe and effective medical option for those who suffer from sleep disorders of all kinds. AccuSleep makes restoring healthy sleep patterns possible. No medication, no surgery, just good sound sleep. Mend your sleep so you can stop counting sheep. Experience restorative sleep at AccuSleep, the acupuncture sleep clinic in Ocala by calling 352-615-5566.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner, and Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity, and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. Somebody asked me if I saw an article. They texted me during the break, asked me if I saw an article, because I talked about how I thought it was great that people were getting vaccinated, and maybe there's some light at the end of the tunnel. They said, have you seen this article? And I, of course, had seen it. I was going to talk about it yesterday, but now it seems like a good time. The article says, testing positive for coronavirus after getting the vaccine. Here's how likely that is and what to know if it happens. The Center for Disease Control says it's still possible to test positive for coronavirus even after getting the vaccination. Both Pfizer and Moderna vaccine require 2 doses. The first dose makes you about 50% that you won't get, about 50-50 chance you won't get the virus. The second dose increases that protection to about 95%. But it can take weeks for a person's body to build up immunity, even after the vaccine. So it's possible a person could be infected with the virus that causes COVID just before or just after the vaccination and get sick. That's because vaccine hadn't had long enough time to work yet. Nicole Iovine, an infectious disease expert and hospital chief epidemiologist at the University of Florida, said it takes the average person about 10 to 14 days, she surmised, to build up an immunity or a number of antibodies to protect you. She said, but each person is different. That's just a ballpark figure. And every day that goes by, your chance of getting the infection goes down a little bit, she said. Dr. Richard Zimmerman, he's a professor of family medicine and public health at the University of Pittsburgh, says it can take up to 3 weeks for a person to build up to the intended level of immunity after taking the second dose, but don't think that that's a fail-safe. It's 95% effective. That means 5% of the population that get vaccinated can still get sick because it's not effective for them. It's not perfect, folks. So the vaccination's not going to eradicate it. It just makes it 95% effective if you get both vaccines, according to their data right now. But if you get exposed to corona the day of the day before or the day after you took the thing, or with a couple days after, because your body hasn't had enough time for antibodies to build up, you can still contract coronavirus and get sick, even if you've had the vaccination. It's not a fail-safe. It's just a step towards getting you where your body can fight this disease. It's 95% effective. If you know anything about probabilities and mathematics, 95% effective is very good, but there's still a 5% chance. It's like hitting that one outer on the river in poker. You may only have a one outer, and you only may have a 2 or 3% chance of hitting it. But 2 or 3% of the time, people hit it. So it's not always, 100% effective. So you can test positive for the virus after getting the vaccine. Good morning, caller. Who's this?
Good morning, Tom. How you doing?
Hey, Hugh. How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. I've been out of town for the last week and a half visiting friends down in Orlando and Tampa Bay area and whatnot. And there's been a lot of heavy, we all know a lot of heavy news in the last week and a half. And I've been kind of listening to it on and off, but never got a really strong dose of it. But now that I'm back home with you on the radio and all the other stuff, I suppose I'm going to be really big nailed by all the bad things that are going on or good things that are going on. So, but whatever.
We're going to bring you up to speed, Hugh. We're going to keep you up to speed. If you're listening to WOCA, you'll be right on the precipice of what's happening.
That's exactly what I told my friends. I'm coming back home, and I got my favorite radio station, and before you know it, I'll be right in the middle of it all again. I just wanted to say real quick, I heard an interesting thing that the people that had COBRA and a year later, they still suffer from at least one or couple of symptoms that they had during the time of having COBRA. So it's a thing it's a lasting situation even after, let's say, you're cured or whatever, you're through it. But 75% of the people still have a symptom, one or two symptoms of the disease.
Yeah, I've heard that, some people still have some respiratory issues. Some people can't sleep because of the headaches. They keep the headaches. It's a new disease. We're learning every day more and more about it, and we're learning every day more and more ways to combat it. But we know more now than we knew in March of last year. That's a fact.
Right. As time goes on, we're going to get a lot of knowledge, and we're going to get ahead of this situation. But I think we're looking at a solid 2021 of really fighting it and wearing masks and everything before we can get on the good side.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, Hugh, you're going to be in Florida for the inauguration. You're not going to storm the state capitol in Madison with anybody, are you? You're not going to Madison, Wisconsin, and storm the Capitol.
I want to have my flat screen on there with a can of Miller, watching it all, and at certain times taking a double sip.
I might consider, Hugh, if it was me, I might consider just putting, a straw in there and just keep going, constant drinking.
That's the only way we can handle it, because it's really going to be probably very distasteful, especially for me anyways, but we'll get through it. It's our president. We got to pay attention now, and hopefully that in time he does well, and in time things will turn the way we want them to. So let's just hang in there and remember Christ is our leader, and he'll keep us in the forefront, and we'll get through all this fine.
Spoken like a true man of wisdom, Hugh. Thanks so much for the call.
Thank you. Glad to be home.
Glad to have you back on the air with us, Hugh. So Hugh's right. This situation, it too will pass. We're a resilient bunch, the Americans. So I'm concerned with how things are right now, but we'll get through this. We'll figure out some way to deal with having a president named Joe Biden. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that yet, but we'll figure it out somehow. Or a president named Harris, if she invokes the 25th Amendment and says Joe's got dementia or something and can't do his job. I mean, if you saw the debates, you could make an argument, I think. Joe, what's your name? Who are you talking to? One of my favorite jokes ever, folks, at the Lincoln Reagan Day dinner 4 years ago, I told the crowd that Sue Mosley, who had put the event on, said that I was only allowed to tell one joke. So here it is. Joe Biden. The room laughed. We're not laughing anymore. We're just not laughing anymore. Hey, in the studio, Henry Mailer, sitting over against the wall over there. You can't see him. Kid got much more intelligence than most people, although most of it came from Florida State, so I ain't real sure how intelligent he is. But he'll give us his unique perspective. It's got nice to get the perspective from somebody much younger, although our politics aren't very far apart. How we view the world probably is, because I'm in my 50s, and he's not. We'll introduce him to you next, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. You're listening to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz on a Wednesday. We'll be right back after this short timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
In a vote of 223 to 205, the House of Representatives on Tuesday night approved a resolution calling on Vice President Pence to remove President Trump from office by invoking the 25th Amendment. Pence said on Tuesday that he will not invoke the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office because it would set a terrible precedent. A Kansas woman was executed for strangling an expectant mother and removing a baby from her womb in 2004. It's the first time in nearly 70 years that the U.S. government has put to death a female inmate. 52-year-old Lisa Montgomery was pronounced dead early Wednesday morning after the Supreme Court rejected a stay of execution. The